Hello everyone, I'm RuiKang. Today's presentation is about the text mining project of Hold Ambassador's profile. There are some objectives of this project. The first one is making sure the biographies of student ambassadors won't show bias towards campuses, gender, or other related information. The reason why the marketing team did this is that we wanted to know whether those ambassadors are able to convey a welcoming, diverse, and inclusive learning atmosphere to prospective students so that they will choose Hold. Besides, if we find some latent issues about Hold ambassadors through this project, our marketing team can make adjustment in time. Before I move to the technical section, I'd like to share some domain knowledge. Who are Hold ambassadors and what do they do? Hold student ambassadors are from all over the world and from different Hold campus. What they have in common is that they are involved in school community, they participate in clubs and societies, and they're committed to their studies. What makes them unique is that their interests and ambitions are as varied as the countries they come from. As Hold students and global ambassadors, their goal is to showcase what it means to be a Hold student and to share their insights and experience. Many of them have traveled thousands of miles to be here and are committed to investing in their futures. They will use their own instance to help people who are curious about Hold and show these people what an incredible journey they will have. And Hold ambassadors are expected to be passionate, open-minded, and definitely have Hold DNA, which are thinking, communicating, and team building. Those are elements I want to look up later for these bios and interest data. Now let's look at the overview of Hold ambassadors' geographic and demographic distribution. As you can see in the program column, the variance of ambassador amount is huge. For example, Master of International Business program has 30 ambassadors, but Master of Disruptive Innovation has only 1. It could be depending on the program population or popularity, but still it should be more balanced here. Next, if you look at the campus bar plot, it's still unbalanced and there is no ambassador from Shanghai campus. Next, in the region bar plot, still is not balanced. It could be improved in the future, but gender bar plot doesn't show any bias. Well, after have a clear concept of the case and Hold ambassadors, I want to state the project plan. First, I will explore associations based on the overall data without dividing, and find useful ones can help the case. Next, I will use term frequency and word cloud technique based on the data that divided by programs, gender, and so on. At the end, I will summarize the findings and make recommendations. Now I would like to present my findings through text mining process. The first one is term frequency of overall data. We can see that referring to bio and interest information, the ambassadors talks more about club, marketing, traveling, music, fashion, and entrepreneurship. It fits the expected image of Hold ambassadors. However, I will conduct deeper mining to review more information. Since the most frequent used term of Hold ambassadors is experience, I would like to know the relationship between this term and other words. As you can see in the dot plot, when the term experience shows up, 37% of the time that cultural shows together, and 33% of the time that wonderful shows together within a document. This possibly shows that when Hold ambassadors talks about their experience at school, they use terms more like wonderful and cultural, which fits a message that we want to pass to prospective students. The next association is about the term love. The association may uncover the interests of Hold ambassadors. When the term love occurs, 52% of the time the movies and health occurs, and 43% of the time the terms like animal, barkeeper, musicals, Star Wars occurs. Varieties of interest are presented by our ambassadors, which shows diversity at some level. In the next part, I will show some findings about Word Cloud. First one is comparison cloud of campus. We can see that for each campus, there is a very obvious link to specific regions, such as Mexico for Boston, Germany for San Francisco, and Italy for Dubai. This is against the diverse community that Holt wanted to offer. However, referring to interests, each campus shows the different industry they were in and different hobbies they have. The next one is comparison cloud of gender. Again, it has region bias, but good range of interests. For the program comparison cloud, the region bias is no longer a problem. Also, the interest and bios parts showed rich and varied. The last one is comparison cloud of region. It is very interesting that ambassadors of most regions used words like amazing, incredible, happy. This might attribute it to the satisfied experience at Holt, which is perfect for presenting Holt Life to future students. And moving forward, I used commonality word cloud to demonstrate the consistency of Holt ambassadors selection. The result turns out positive. As you can see in the clouds, all 4 categories showed similar common used words such as passionate, traveling, music, club, grow, diverse, etc. It tells us the Holt ambassadors are social people, adventurers, passionate about life, no matter where do they come from, or what gender they are, or what program they are pursuing. And after text mining process, we can basically extract 3 insights. The first one is based on the associations. The ambassadors are satisfied with experience at Holt, which is good for marketing, and they will share positive information with potential students. The next one is after analyzing the comparison word cloud, we've learned that some categories have region bias. However, the interests and bios show diversity. Last one is through the commodality cloud. We can learn that the Holt ambassadors selection is consistent. So based on the findings, I will give my recommendations to marketing team. The first one is balance the biographies of Holt ambassadors. Like I mentioned before, the ambassadors by campus and gender have region bias. Therefore, the marketing team should make sure Holt ambassadors are from different continents and different countries. Also, the allocation of ambassadors to each campus or program should be balanced as well, because some campuses have so many ambassadors, yet some campuses have few. The next one is Holt ambassadors in the new normal. Now, online education has grown rapidly since the COVID-19 pandemic, and Holt started limitless learning program for this reason. So I think in the future, Holt ambassadors program should include more students participating in the online programs so that they can share their unique experience to the future students. That's all. Thank you for listening.